out there in how are y'all doing out there in video land? Had to make a comment. Had to do it. I don't get riled up about very much, but I had to do it on this one. I just got off the internet. Someone had posted a news article about this tree in England. It's considered a holy tree. Supposedly, someone planted it. Josephus of Arimathea planted it. Anyway, in all the turmoil that's going on over there in England right now with the students and everything, this tree is considered a holy tree. But some vandals got a hold of it and they butchered this thing. I mean, they took it down to the nubbins. And the people are very, very upset, obviously. I mean, they considered this thing an icon. They worshipped, they believed in that this tree had, I guess, I don't know, special powers. Anyway, um, and I was forced to make a comment, and then I did. And the background that I have, my dad was a tree man for 60 plus years. I was raised around horticulture. I know how to prune trees. I know how to shape a tree. I know how to bare root a tree. I could just about do anything with a tree. Anyway, I looked at this and I read some of the comments and everything. You know, some people were blasting the vandals and some people were saying how horrible it was. And then there were people who were making comments on the comments. Anyway, I was looking at that and I realized something. Here was a disaster to most people. This tree was cut up. It showed the people holding twigs and little small limbs from the tree and weeping and crying, and it was horrible. There wasn't anything good to be said about it. But I got to looking at it, and having the background that I've got, I realized this could be a disaster or this could be the start of something tremendous. And in the comment I made that if they would take those twigs, being tender as they are, dip the ends, cut them on a little angle at the end, dip the ends in root stimulator, and put them in water, the vast majority of those twigs would sprout and root. Now, um, I also made a comment about that's kind of like the situation here in the United States. What we have is a bunch of people who call themselves progressives. I call them regressives. But they have decided that the only way the world economy can work is if America is brought down to not a third world country, but maybe even a fifth world country. I see this as a great opportunity. And you're saying, Kendrick, you've lost your mind. No, think about it. What brought the people over here to the Americas to begin with? It was persecution, and they wanted a fresh start. What's going to happen from all this stuff is that you're going to see people who could have a dream in them will be forced to either grab a hold of that dream and do something with it or just whine. And what I made a statement to that particular article, and I would like for you just to consider it for just a second. In this disaster, in a thing that is taking you to where you don't have a job, and I'm just saying, I'm just trying to give you an uplifting word here, okay? Is that you have an opportunity to maybe now do something that you wanted to do, but you couldn't do it because of the golden handcuffs you had at your job. The job was security. Your job, at least you have something coming in, and that's commendable. That's wonderful. But in the having nothing, that can force you into going, well, what do I have to lose? Why don't I just strike out and see what happens of all this stuff? Who knows? It could be like those limbs on the tree. Each one has the potential to become another tree. And what someone intended to destroy and just to bring people down, here's an opportunity for you to take those limbs and start to do something with it. And at the very end, what I said, okay, here's the decision now. Here's the choice. Do I hold the limbs in my hand and just cry and say, woe is me? Or do I take those limbs, dip them in the rooting power, and watch them root and have an opportunity to create another tree? So I guess what I'm saying is you decide. Take the limbs and cry, or take the limbs, plant a tree, and watch it grow. Okay, we're done.